Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am slightly drunk. I look like I have something of a hangover. And that's appropriate because I am going to discuss with you today the 2016 release of Red Christmas. Not to be confused with the 2014 release of Red Christmas, of which I have not seen. Yes. Somebody apparently thought that Red Christmas was original and didn't have Google. This kind of gives you an idea for the kind of movie you're in for when you watch it. Now look, the story of Red Christmas is a woman has an abortion. The child lives, I guess, or at least somebody tells this hideously deformed mutant that it is the child of this woman that had an abortion. 20 years later, when his father or caretaker dies, he goes out and decides to seek his mother. And mayhem ensues. Now, how can I put this? This movie is beautifully shot. I will give it that much. The special effects are good, really. But the costuming department is horrific. Now, what do I mean by, like, there are a bunch of shots where you see, for example, rooms in different colors of light, which gives you a sense of space. And this is a Christmas movie, so there's Christmas stuff. And these reasonably good angles. I mean, there's no point in this movie, shot-wise, where I could not tell you this is not a major motion picture. It does not look like a B-movie from a shot perspective. Okay, and then the special effects. Like, there is a scene where a person is cut in half. Okay, head to groin cut in half. And it looks marvelous. It really looks like that person got cut in half. Except for the fact that the body would be flailing afterwards because it would be a shock to the system. But that's not the point. And, so that is really nice from those standpoints. But where this movie, indeed literally where it really starts to break down, is when you look at the monster there, who's really brilliantly acted. But just, it looks like you got that costume at a Halloween shop. There's something to do with this thing not being able to take the light. So, it wears a black cloak. But the black cloak, it doesn't really look like, it looks like a costume shop cloak. And underneath it are these bandages that look really good, but the fact that the cloak just looks so damn, like, why would it be a black cloak? You think that's a good aesthetic? It should at least be a faded black to look like this person has owned this for a while. And therefore, it should have been distressed at all. But it doesn't look that way. It looks like, it's possible that the character is meant to have gotten this from a costume shop in Australia. That's where this is set, Australia. That's where it's filmed. And this is where the movie starts to break down because it's dumb. And the other thing about this particular film is, of course, that you hate every character and want them to die. Yes, there is a scene where this family is arguing over whether a meringue pie should go in the refrigerator or not. And they said, well, let's ask Mom, it's like, God, will you people shut the hell up? I don't want to see your dysfunctional family for Christmas. This is a Christmas movie. We're all going to see our dysfunctional families for Christmas. We don't need you. This is not a funny scene. It is a scene that makes you hate the characters more. Neither people are willing to back down. Now, I will grant you there is a scene in this movie where a person goes after their loved one who is clearly dead. And they're having trouble wrapping their head around the fact that this person is dead. They know they're dead, they can see they're dead, and I can tell you that, yeah, people really react that way. I had a neighbor kill one of my cats. And, I wrapped him up. I was going to take him to the vet to have him disposed the next day. I didn't know the neighbor had killed him. I thought he'd been hit by a car. And I had this horrible nightmare that day that he was suffocating because I had wrapped him up in a box so the other cats wouldn't be upset by him. And it's like, yeah, he's dead. He's not suffocating. But I had that nightmare. So I understand that in this time of crisis, this person can have that emotion. That's very genuine. It's actually really good research on the part of the writer, who is also the director. But where this movie, again, breaks down is the fact that, one, there isn't a single character I'm rooting for. I don't want any of these people to live, and I'm not invested in them, because they're all kind of bad people. I mean, there's the, I guess he's a bisexual priest who's not given a lot of character. I can't remember his name. There's the mom. I can't remember her name. There's the daughter who's gotten herself cleaned up and is the one we were hoping to see naked but don't. There's the pregnant daughter with her husband who go boff in the bathroom, and we should at least see something of her, but we don't. Things of that nature. These characters, I don't remember a single one of their names except for the monster whose name is Cletus, because they're just so forgettable. And, I mean, look, I don't know. I've met a couple Australians in my life. I don't know if they're bad people by nature, but I can't imagine all Australians being this bad. Like, even the random people in this movie are just jackals. And you're looking at that going, look, I mean, what are these people? They're the Australian equivalent of Nazis or Ottoman Turks? What the hell? Anyway. So there was the thing. Now I'm going to have to flatly admit this. Somewhere in the middle of around the 48-minute part, I had to skip ahead. I could not keep watching this film. It was so boring. You're just going, come on, hurry up and kill somebody, because this movie is stupid. And the big thing about the stupid, I'm going to ruin this, but you expect this out of a horror movie. It's like, the gun, it's over there. I have something of a cold. Let's just send one person to go get the gun. Why? Why don't you all go get the gun? Then you all go get into the car. Then you all go drive away to safety. Why are you... I mean, if the guy's on foot, and if you literally just went out there and each went to the shed and grabbed a shovel or a hoe or a long implement, and it's like, yes, he's got an axe. Let's just sit out in the open where we can see him coming and, sit in a circle, and he shows up, we all just bash the shit out of him. That's the problem with horror movies, is that the horror movies don't work so well once you know the killer's out there. This is a big problem. And again, Red Christmas, like I say, I would love to say this is a so bad it's good movie. I mean, I know somebody put their heart and soul into this movie. They're a filmmaker. I'm dying. They're trying to make money for their next project. Maybe they're trying to get out of poverty, or maybe they just love making films. So I know somebody put so much motorcycle and love into this movie, and yet it's still crap. And it would be unfair of me to say it's not crap, because it is. But Red Christmas is just one of those, again, the 2016, I have not seen the 2014. Red Christmas is one of those movies, if you are an absolute horror junkie and you want to see bad people get what's coming to them, watch this movie. And I mean, at the end, there is a spectacular death scene. It's like, how the F did that one happen? But, still, You have a villain that is supernatural in nature, not because he's supernatural, but because no human could behave that way or do those things. And then you've got a bunch of people who are too stupid to have survived this long in life. And a lot of really heavy, upsetting family drama. So that's Red Christmas. Another Christmas movie as we count down the holiday and slowly forget this time of years in a haze of hard eggnog. I would not watch this film if I were you. Unfortunately, I'm not you. I'm me, and I did. In any case, that's my opinion, and I'd love to hear yours. Down in the comments below. I am Richard Leland Neal, although if this cough gets any worse, I'll be a corpse. Merry Christmas, everybody, and hope for better horror in the new year.